complete guide to creating your first ever function using JavaScript. Let's get started. On the left, I have a basic HTML page open where I am linking to my JavaScript file here. And on the right side of my page, I have my live server open and I have my console in my developer tools open as well. What I want to do is navigate to my script file over here where I'm going to be typing my JavaScript. So first, to declare a function, you're going to want to type out the function keyword. And there's many other ways you can declare a function, but as a beginner, just learning JavaScript, just starting to write functions, go ahead and declare your functions this way because it makes it really easy to read and it makes it a lot easier to learn. After your function keyword here, you're going to want to specify the specific name of your function. So we're going to title this first function here, just like so. And then you're going to need your parentheses at the end. These parentheses we're going to leave completely empty for now, but we will come back to that. Now you want to add your curly braces here, and all we're going to do is console.log a message within this function, and we're simply going to say hello. Now if we go ahead and save this, refresh our page, you're going to notice that nothing is displaying in our console. But if we type the name of our function in here like so, what you're going to notice is that it actually prints out our value of hello when we hit enter, because we are specifying that we want to look for this function when we type it into our console. So now if we refresh this again, it's going to be blank. And the reason it's not console.logging our message here, and make sure you add your semicolons. You don't necessarily have to here, but it's good practice. So what we need to do is actually call our function. And to call our function, what we want to do is do it below wherever we declared our function. So what we're going to do is type first function like so, and then we want to add our parentheses again and leave them empty because that's how we declared our function here. And now if we go ahead and save our page, what you guys are going to notice is it actually runs our function. And what we can do is we can copy and paste and call this function as many times as we want here. So we can say hello, 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 hello as many times as we want. But there's one problem with this. We can't change the value of hello within our function here. So what we want to do to actually pass values into our function is what we want to do is add a parameter here, sometimes called an argument as well. What we want to do is put a variable here. So what we're going to do is simply add text like so. That's going to declare our variable here. And what you're going to notice is that it's going to say text is declared, but its value is never read. Now what we want to do is change our hello text here to text like so. And then now what you're going to notice is that it's going to give us undefined messages because now we need to actually specify what we want to pass into our function call. So here we're going to pass in hello as a string. Here we're going to pass in 2 as an integer. Here we're going to type in world as a string. Here we're going to type in 5 as an integer. And here we're actually going to try and do some math. So we're going to do 5 plus 1 here. And once you refresh your page, you're going to notice that our first function call is hello because that's the value that we're passing into our function. So what this is doing is we are calling our function first function here, and then we're passing in hello into our function here where it says text. And then we are logging out hello there. So basically it's just passing in your hello value here, but what it's doing is it's letting you pass in any value that you want. All of our values are successfully displaying here. So now we're going to move on to another example, and we're going to call this function second function. So what we're going to do here is actually pass in 2 variables into this function. So we're going to pass in a comma, and then B. And what we're gonna do with A and B is we're actually going to add them together. So in our console.log parentheses, we're gonna go A plus B to add these values together. And now we actually want to call our function down below here like so, and then we're gonna pass in 5 and another 5. So what this is going to do is it's going to pass 2 5s into our function here as the arguments A and B, and it's going to add them together because that's what we're specifying. When you declare a function using this keyword here and then typing your function, you can technically call your function above the declaration, but I would not get in the habit of this because as we start writing functions differently, some ways you write functions, it will not allow you to do this. And what this is called is hoisting. So it's actually going to hoist our function declaration to the top of our code so we can call it anywhere within our code. So now if we get rid of these, go ahead and save this, it is successfully going to run our code. But again, as a beginner, I highly recommend that you guys call your function after you declare it to make it a lot easier to read and so it makes sense to you guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I highly encourage that you guys practice these functions on your own. It will help you grasp basic concepts when it comes to JavaScript and writing functions a lot better. If you have any questions, let us know down below in the comments or reach out to us through our website at kalmanwebdesign.com and we would love to help you out. Thanks for watching.